Oh, I got that sun right there. Okay, so we'll do this. Hello, everybody. This is Michael Thomas, Wild About Cryptos, coming to you this afternoon for a update on TBC. I haven't been here a while, and I haven't done any updates on TBC for a while. A lot of it was because of the situation of people being approached by the SEC. And I was basically semi-instructed not to do any live broadcasts until it was corrected. And basically, the issue was that they were trying to come in and control TBC, from what I understand. So we'll get into that a little bit later. But anyway, I want to welcome everybody today for viewing my video. And I want to get right into it by sharing the screen and go into some things. We're going to cover a lot of information today. We're going to get into just the different things that are going on in the world and with TBC. And a lot of it is basically the markets are changing. We see a possible crash or a possible disruption within the markets around the world because of the fiat currencies and the derivatives and the banking fiat system that is totally collapsing within itself. It's not necessarily going to be a long, drawn out disruption. From what I see and hear, it's going to be, it all depends on how the cryptocurrencies react and what the where the wealth actually shifts. So we have a lot of different things going on in the world with the emerging markets, foreign currencies, gold and silver, and with the other markets. The markets are overvalued. We're in another housing bubble that hit, and we are looking here. Probably the third quarter earnings came out today, and they weren't that great. Both import and exports were down quite significantly. Just in the automotive market itself, the automotive market was down 12% compared to it was 6 months ago. The foreign markets in the automobile market was down about 23%. So those are huge markets that cause a lot of money to come in and out of, a lot of countries in the world, the import exports like China and Japan and Mexico and Canada and so on and so forth in the US. So and the UK and all the countries out there that are doing import exports just in the automobile business. That's not counting agriculture or counting, the other issues. I mean, the huge destruction of crops back east this year, the lack of growth, the lack of abundance from the crops has really dropped in for the farmers this year with all the storms and everything else and the hurricanes and so on and so forth. The cotton market has been destroyed down south in the southern part of the United States, completely destroyed, and they're trying to salvage what they can. So a lot of things going on with the markets. It is a good time to be in cryptocurrencies. It is a good time to start diversifying your portfolios if you have not, when it comes to other sources of wealth in the world, or other sources of income. And so the thing I would like to share with you today is a lot of things have happened with Kringle Cash TBC since the last post. And there are a couple very important things that came out that everybody needs to be aware of and needs to share with their members as time goes on, as you get them to sign up so they understand. And so we'll just stop here. So this is the buyback office, and you'll see here that there is a rapid 24-hour Get 2 paid referrals, earn 10,000 cookies. And then if you get 2 referrals each that get 2 referrals, you get 100,000 cookie rewards. Okay. Now, this is very important because we have our redemption time coming up for November. November 2018 is our second redemption for 2018. And that is when you can take your cookie rewards and you can redeem them for Kringle Cash and TBC coins. So if you look down here, you can see how many cookie rewards you have in your back office. Okay, you can come here to your cookie rewards over on this side here. Go back up because it's so we can see it. Okay, you can go to your cookie rewards right here and click on cookie rewards, and it'll give you how many cookie rewards you have, and then you can convert it. You know, you can do the math and figure out how many TBC coins or Kringle Cash you will have when you convert. Now, the recommendation is, okay, that you go out and get your referrals, okay, get people signed up, buy as much as you would like, okay, of TBC before you click on the redemption button. All right. So just remember that. Do not click on your redemption button because you're only going to have one time you can do it. And then if you do it and you wanted to go buy more TBC, or you get other referrals and and you're still earning, you won't be able to redeem until the next 6-month period, which is, some people prefer to redeem all their cryptos at one time, at the very end, and then or some people like to just do it and they say, oh, I'm not going to buy anymore, I'm not going to do anything anymore, and they just redeem what they have, and it goes into your TBC wallet. So new members should know the immediate daily cash flow is available to them. As a brand new member, you have earned or you have received a gift of 25,000 cookies, okay, which is redeemable Kringle coins in November 2018. Cookies are like points and are not spendable with participating members, merchants, but Kringles are, and the value of them only goes up, community grows. So the value of Kringles or TBC coins only goes up by the amount of members we have, valid members, okay? And valid members are valued at, they're considered 1 grain of gold, all right, at that value, okay? So 250 Kringle coins are worth more than 1 ounce of gold, to be clear. TBC Kringle coins are not I can't read that because it won't let me go over. But it's not backed by gold. We use grains of gold to measure the value of private membership and community. So I'm glad they clarified that. So TBC and Kringle coins are not backed by gold. We use the grains of gold to measure the value of our private membership. Okay, so each member is worth 1 grain of gold. We have over 3 million members right now. So you multiply that by how many Kringles you have, and you'll get the value of what you have. So let me click on this. There's a perfect place to go and figure out how much your Kringles are worth. Okay, so total weight in grains. So we're going to go 3305099. That's what we have in members today. All right. Last time I looked. All right. That's what 1 TBC coin is worth. $8,474,136 US dollars. If if you have a different currency like euro, do euro right there. That's what it's worth in euro. Okay. If you use Great British pounds, that's what's good in Great British pounds. So great tool that they came up with here, and it's good for you to use to explain what 1 TBC coin is or what Kringles are worth. Okay. And the explanation is right here. All right. So I hope you understand how valuable the gift is to you received. So come in and read this. Very good information. I'm glad they updated this because it was very unclear. It was hard to explain sometimes. The people didn't understand how to calculate the value, but they've done a real good job on how to explain it here in the back office. Okay. So, and then here's a script you could use to go ahead and get people to sign up. So in your back office, you'll have this script. All right. You can email it to them. You can text it to them. I do a lot of text messaging through Facebook and on my cell phone, and I get some pretty good responses. I haven't been pushing it hard lately because I've been really busy with other things. But so they've gone through and they've kind of given you a breakdown on how to work the process, what you should be doing. So day one, receive the gift, complete the profile, pay the admin fee. Remember, guys, you should pay the $10 admin fee. It is really cheap for getting your 25,000 Kringle cookie rewards and being able to convert them to come redemption time. Okay. Explain that to your new members. They should at least pay the $10 back office fee. It's cheap. It doesn't, I mean, if it's only $10, I mean, most people can afford $10 here in the United States. Okay. So, and to get $2,500 worth of free Kringles, yeah, I would, just for signing up, yeah, that would be worth it. So they have a breakdown here on what you should be doing. Nice little testimony there on a little help there on how you should proceed for the first 5 days. Okay. And understand your send button test. Everybody should do the send button test because you want to get your send button turned on. You are not going to be able to sell your TBC, okay, and make a living off it or make some value back on it if you do not get your send button test done and do not get your send button turned on. Okay. Make sure you follow the rules. All right. With that, you can start earning TBC or Kringle Cash, Kringles, okay, by going to a send button meeting once you get your send button turned on. So once your send button is turned on and approved, you can start attending send button meetings. Okay. And in your back office, this is where you will start to go and attend send button meetings. Sorry. Okay. On Mondays. So on Monday at 7 a.m., every Monday, there is a send button meeting by Randy Wilson, who hosts it. Okay. And at the end of the meeting, okay, you will get a code. All right. To go ahead and enter. There'll be a little box down here on the bottom. You can enter a code and you can earn your Kringles for the week. Okay. There are many other ways to earn Kringles. One is becoming a broadcaster, to broadcast and promote TBC, Kringles. So understand TBC, I always say TBC and then Kringles. So TBC is like BTC, Bitcoin, and Satoshi's is the smallest value of Bitcoin. Whereas with the billion coin, TBC, okay, TBC is the main coin. The smallest value of a TBC is a Kringle. Okay. So just remember that. I'm going to go through this pretty quick because I really want to go into something that is really important, and it's going to take some while to go through it. So once you get through day 4, you should be able to be going instead of a broadcast. Now, myself, I have Facebook, and you can find me at www.facebook.com/Wildcryptos. Go in, like me, follow me, and you can contact me through Facebook if you like. Also, you can come into YouTube, sign up for my channel. It's Michael Thomas. You look for the crazy guy with a hat. Okay. And there I am right there. Okay. And you can go ahead and follow my live broadcasts that I do. Normally, I probably do once a week if I have the time. And I will be bringing you the latest and greatest on what's going on with TBC. Now, we got a lot of catch up to do. I'm quite behind on where we are with things. So I'm not 100% up to speed on it where I should be, but I'm going to bring you what I know and what's going on. Okay. There's some really good information out there. Okay, on the 5th day, you should be able to do a live broadcast. Most people are afraid to do live broadcasts. Well, I don't want to put my face out there. I really don't want to do this. I want to do that. But if you really, really want to make a difference in the world, okay, and get your people, friends, family, and others involved to help remove poverty from the world, it would be good for everyone to do live broadcasts, even if you do one a month, okay, or one a week. I mean, it doesn't take that much time, and it's kind of fun. I mean, actually, because you get to kind of vent your knowledge on everything on YouTube, and some of us aren't that pretty, but we all have good intentions. That's what counts. Okay, so follow the TBC full presentation. All this is in your back office. All right, the basic breakdown, different things of what used for, how it works through your community, massive growth campaign. All this is in your back office. You can go and read all this on your spare time and get caught up on what's going on. Okay. All right. So I'm going to close out of here, and we're going to go here to the blog, the Billion Coin. Okay. So this is where information is updated normally on a daily or bi-daily process of what's going on in the Bitcoin world, or sorry, the Billion Coin world. Okay, a lot of videos, a lot of different presentations, a lot of different updates, a lot of good information on what is going on in the community. Okay, so for today, there's a lot of new videos today. They're coming up with French, Hindi, and Bengali send buttons meetings starting soon. So there's going to be send button meetings starting in French, Hindi, and Bengali, okay, starting real soon. So those that don't understand English, or those that want to listen to a send button meeting in a different language, these are the new languages that are coming out. If you look in your back office, you'll see that under send button meetings, you'll see the different languages that are already being presented on the send button meetings. Cambodian and Spanish send button meetings have already started too. So there's a lot there. Okay. All right. So this is one of the things I'm very, very excited about, because it talks about the value. Okay. And a lot of this comes from the Ecclesiastical Society, okay, of the Living Man, all right, or the Court Society of, let me get this right, okay, they call the Ecclesiastical Court, or the Ecclesiastical, okay, which is the Pan-Territorial Private Contract Association Society Court of Ecclesiastical Court, an essential component of our society. Okay, this is where they get it from. All right, right here under panterrapca.org. This is where it's coming from. This is where it's all being developed. All right, and being presented to us as members. All right, and I'll get into more of that in a minute, because we have a very important document to go through that is a public notice here in TBC. So what is a living man? Is just from the breath or just heartbeat? We are only talking about the human body. What about the mind? Is there spirit? What about free will? The beautiful complexity of a living man is so amazing. The living man was not meant to be captured or enslaved. To do so is clearly wrong. Justice in principle has brought TBC to be the right that which is or was wrong. Okay, so what that's pretty much saying is that, what are we? Are we living beings? Do we have free will? We are spirit, we are body, we are flesh, we are living. Okay. In the system today that the world is in, all right, they consider us to be not living. Okay. This is the war that we are in. This is the war that the Bible talks about. Okay. We don't fight against flesh and blood, but principalities and powers that are unseen. Okay. So we don't see this kind of war that's going on. And if you look at the word commerce, commerce means war. Okay. Commerce in war, war in commerce. Okay, there are some very interesting historical acts out there and documents out there that point to this. All right, that's what the world is in. This is how the cabal and the elite and the banksters, the Rothschilds and the Soroses, all these people, they want to enslave us. Okay, they want to keep us enslaved. And they don't want us to find our true potential. They don't want us to have our true living essence being expressed in this world. Okay, and that's the war that's going on. That's the war that is going on, and it's all done through this financial system. See, slavery never disappeared from this earth. It's still present. All they did is they repackaged it and they resold it to us in a different form, which is commerce. Okay, which is financial enslavement. Okay, and I really like the movie The Matrix because it really points out what is going on in this war that we do not see. Okay, being in the world but not of the world. Okay, we walk in the world but we're not of the world. Okay, in other words, that is, we're living beings and we can interact within the world without it affecting our living status. That's the point. And what this is saying here, are we flesh or blood? Are we living or are we dead? The commerce war of commerce keeps us in a dead man's role. Okay, we are dead and lost at sea. Therefore, there's admiralty law. And anytime you go into a courtroom, you go across the bar, you're stepping on the captain's ship. And who's the captain? It's the judge. And you're dead and lost at sea. And therefore, you cannot be heard. That's why you have to have a lawyer, okay, to speak for you. They do seances there. I don't hear you because you have no standing. You're dead and lost at sea. Therefore, you need an interpreter or someone who can understand what you're trying to say, blah, 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 blah. And then they interpret your words for you. It's all a big, huge seance that they're doing in the courts. The value of the living man is truly infinite. The truth, although the modern times has been cleverly hidden, has been well known throughout the ages. TBC is a reawakening to the eternal truth. From the start, TBC has moved forward on a basis of agreement. C. Okay, and you can come here and you can go and read. Agreement makes all of this possible. Okay, the agreement, basically what they're talking about here is that we have a common agreement. Okay, we are a body of believers in TBC that gives us a commonality, okay, to be able to accept this TBC or Kringles as a form of currency. All right. That's basically what this is basically said. Move forward based on the agreement. We have an agreement. Okay. It's not a contractual agreement, not by our signatures like they did with us, with our driver's licenses and everything, or not by our footprint that they put on the birth certificate when we were born. Okay. This is a agreement between two bodies, two living beings, three living beings, a body of living beings that are in agreement. We are private. We are not in the public. We are private. And everything that you see in the world now is in the public. We operate in the private. That's why it's considered a private coin. It's a community coin. Okay. And it has value just by our membership and our agreement. Okay. That's what money is. It is a tool that we agree that has value, that can be used for bartering purposes of buying and selling or trading. That's all money is. It's not an enslavement tool that the cabal and the elite in the world are trying to do and enslave the whole world. What gets me is we have this caravan being pushed to the United States from Honduras. Okay, and they're picking up all these people along the way. They're paying them to come to the United States, okay, to invade our borders. Okay, so they're committing an act of war. Is what they're doing. They're actually trying to invade and committing an act of war. Okay, because they don't want America to be a sovereign nation. All right, they don't want us to live in private. They don't want us to have wealth. They don't want us to be these are the globalists that are doing this. Instead of doing that, we should be introducing to Honduras, the people of Honduras, the people of Mexico, the people that want to come and invade TBC. We should be introducing it to them and giving it to them so that they can live in a pop and they can have the same agreement, the common agreement, okay, the commonality in private, and be able to do transactions within their own country without a government or a central bank controlling it. Okay. All this stuff that's going on in the world right now has to do with commerce and war. Okay. War and commerce, commerce and war. Same thing. The Kringle Private Society has medium of exchange known TBC in smaller units, Kringles, that allows our members to transact one with another on a peer-to-peer basis privately. This is not in any way a public medium of exchange. The collective membership of living men, living women, and living children comprise the total value of the medium of exchange. So how do we compare the medium of exchange with the other mediums exchanged throughout the world? By mutual agreement, we have grounded ourselves to our Mother's Earth by measuring our medium of exchange with grains of gold. Okay, just like it said in the front dashboard of the back office. This also enables us to calculate how our medium of exchange relates to all other mediums of exchange all around the world. Okay, so let me talk about that a little bit. So when we talk about other cryptocurrencies or other currencies in the world, you will see, because they're controlled by a central banking system, that they want to, they own it. Okay, so they want to tax you for the use of it. Okay, it's an unlawful tax. It's actually theft. Anytime somebody wants to tax you or put a levy on you or take your wealth through taxation or through fees and fines and licenses and so on and so forth, it's a way of them stealing your wealth. Okay, so with TBC, you don't have that. Okay, cryptocurrencies like BTC and Litecoin and Ethereum and those, they have a means of exchange, and they charge you a fee for the exchange of the use of the blockchain. Okay, that is lawful. That's okay. All right, but when the IRS wants to come in and tax you to use it, they don't even own it, and they want to tax you because they want to call it a commodity, or they want to call it another form that they would call it. The SEC wants to call it. They want to call it a Jesus, on the tip of my tongue, and I can't remember it. But they want to tax it because they want control of it. They want their gold. They want to take your wealth. It's unlawful. That's why all these cryptocurrencies that are coming out now, that are in the market now, okay, that are going on now, are to remove that process, to get the Federal Reserve and the central banks and the IRS and all them out of your pockets, out of our pockets. All right. They always want to come in and they always want to have their hand out. Where's ours? Where's ours? Where's ours? Where, look, you can have it. Here you go. You can have TBC. We'll give it to you, but you're not going to tax us on it. Okay. You're going to get just as much as anybody else does. You have the same, opportunity as the rest of the world here. There's no one better or no one lesser than anyone else. Everyone is equal. If you took this TBC, you took this cryptocurrency and you introduced it down in Honduras or in Mexico or down somewhere, in a impoverished country, and you get everybody on board with it. All right. Do you think we would have caravans coming to the United States? Probably not. So a lot of this here, I really love this article. It's really good. Our research has shown that there can be some confusion regarding jurisdiction when any form of fiat is mentioned within our publications or in broadcasts. Good. Okay. I'm glad they clarified that. The whole thing with the SEC, okay, and the IRS is that if you mention fiat dollars, converting to fiat dollars, I want to convert it for USD. I want to convert it for Euro. I want to convert it for GPD. That is their jurisdiction. Okay. It's their fiat currency. They can do whatever they want with it. All right. And when you convert it to another fiat currency, you're actually creating a taxable event. And that's why they want to come in and they want to make it a commodity. They want to make it a security. That's the word I'm looking for, security. Okay. And they want to be able to tax that security, any capital gains on it, if you're going to convert it to fiat. Okay. That's why we use it within our community. That's why we need to get other communities to accept TBC. That's why businesses need to start accepting TBC in the countries, in the United States, in Guyana, in South Africa, in the Middle East, in Russia, in Great Britain, wherever. Okay, get away from the fiat currency and start using a cryptocurrency that is not controlled by the SEC, the IRS, the Federal Reserve. Okay. And that's why the SEC came after TBC and why people were getting notices. Okay. And there's a lot more to that. There's a way to protect yourself from that, but you have to know how. And we're going to get into that a little bit down the road here. Okay. When I get into the public notice and everything, but this, come in and finish reading this. This is a really good article. Okay. Jurisdictions greedily reach out to lay claim whenever a chance of winning can be found. See what that says? Let's read that again. Jurisdictions greedily reach out to lay claim whenever a chance of winning can be found. So when they think that they can come in and they can control and they can win at it according to their laws and statutes, okay, according to what they think they have jurisdiction because they presume they have jurisdiction and they don't, that's when they'll come in and they'll start attacking. Okay, so be clear on that. You guys be aware of that. Do not start talking about converting to fiat dollars because we're not going to convert it to fiat dollars. We're going to use it within our community. That's the point of it. To clearly denote that the jurisdiction of TBC and Crinkle Society are that of a private and non-public group. We have made it clear that our members are the basis of the value of the medium of exchange and that we only measure that value in grains of gold. You see, gold is a world commodity, or it's a world use. It's a world currency, actually. Gold is probably one of the only metal currencies that is really considered money. Also have made it clear that TBC is not backed by gold and we are not pegged to gold. Our association to gold is only as a definable measurement of value only. To avoid any confusion in this line of jurisdiction, we are removing any references of any fiat from our websites. And that process started soon after making the first public notice. First public notice right here. Okay. Came out October 1st. Henceforth, we call upon the cooperation of all members of TBC to stop using any form of fiat to describe the value of TBC and to embrace measuring that value in gold. The admin fee is 4 grains, and the minimum amount of transaction to gain the related cookie rewards is 40 grains. To see how much the value of a grain of gold is, you can see the link, third-party calculator, dashboard of the CBO. Now, I just took you there, right? Let me click on this again. And right here, you can type in how many grains. Let's say 40 grains. All right, let's do 31 grains, $79. That's about a gram. Okay. So let's see. So let's go 3305099. All right. So that's how many members we have. This is the value if you want to look at it US dollars or whatever. But it's not the matter that it's what we look in grains of gold. Okay. Not grams, grains. And I correct myself because I've said grams before, and it's really grains of gold. Okay. So even the business cards refer to gold and not fiat. The sooner we can unify the members around the use of these terms is better. A handful of members have been asked to disclose their interactions with TBC in an agency, and that is covered within the first public notice. These particular members would greatly appreciate our entire membership behaving completely without any confusion in a private manner immediately. Dealing with an agency is a hassle and a burden. He's talking about the SEC here, okay? Having a public agency like the SEC to come in and start claiming that they have a right and that they have the right to come in and control or regulate, okay, a private currency that does not belong to them is a falsification. All right? It's falsely assuming and presuming that they have authority, okay, and that they have jurisdiction, and they do not. Dealing with an agency that has on burden. Let's come together as one. Stay private. Staying in private. It is lawful to be private. We are approaching our challenges lawfully, and we'll have them conclude are outside their jurisdiction. Okay? Read this to your members so they understand, all right, that we are not talking about fiat currency here. We are talking about a private peer-to-peer crypto coin called the Billion Coin, and its smaller value is Kringle Cash, and its value is determined by the membership, which is each member is equal to 1 grain of gold. That's how I would put it to them. All right. All right. So let's move on. Prepare for November redemption period. Guys, we are in our 6-month redemption cycle, and this is the time to really start pushing TBC back out to those. For those of you that have not been pushing it, you really need to start talking to people, because you can turn one person, 1, 2, 3, 4 members, whatever, overnight into a crypto millionaire using TBC just with $100 purchase. Okay, get them sign up, pay the $10 back office, have them buy $100 worth of TBC. Come November, they can redeem it, and boom, they'll have 1 TBC coin, right? And then we all know what the value of 1 TBC coin is. Okay, they can become multimillionaires within a matter of 24 to 48 hours, you know, less than 30 days coming up, guys. We'll really be pushing this. The next rewards redemption period will start November 1st, 2018. And it's most likely to be extended into most of December. So probably all of November, half of December. It all depends on how many people are signing up and how many people are requesting that. Hold on, keep it going. Keep the redemption period open, man. I've got more people coming. You know, let's get this right. We're trying to get to 1 billion members. All right, 1 billion members. And they're going to slowly start. Okay, so if you read this article, I'm going to keep reading it, but this article is going to explain to you how many members and what the cutoffs are going to be when it comes to billionaires and millionaires that they're going to make. Okay, so we've been involved for the last year, 2 years, 3 years, you know, since TBC was introduced. Okay, and we're already millionaires. And this next redemption period, we'll probably have some billionaires. Okay, you're going to see, you know, a lot of millionaires and billionaires with this currency, and they're going to want to use it within their community. Okay, pull away from the fiat dollars, pull away from the dollar. You know, all the other countries are pulling away from the dollar. Why shouldn't we do the same thing? You know, we want to control this whole thing. These central banks, the Federal Reserve and the IRS, and these central banks throughout the world, they're dangerous. You heard Trump say it. Okay, if you're watching the news and you're listening to President Trump, he said the Federal Reserve is dangerous. It's a threat to our country. And I agree. They are a threat to our country. They're a threat to our freedom. They're a threat to our lives as being living beings and our wealth. They've been stealing from us from the time we were born, and we've allowed them for it to happen. You want to change the world without a shot being fired? Quit using the U.S. dollar. Go to something else. Go to a cryptocurrency that they don't control, that a central bank cannot control. But I think we have to do it at the right time. I think we have to let the president do what he's going to do. Okay. And I think he's looking to let the Federal Reserve step on their own toes. Let them crash it. Let them crash our economy, because that's what's going to happen. And once they do, the Federal Reserve is going to get blamed. Okay. And people are going to wake up and see the truth. And they're going to, and what's going to be there? Cryptocurrencies, TBC, Bitcoin, Litecoin, you name it. Okay. But TBC. Okay. Don't be too anxious to click the redeem button on KCBO, because you can only click it once during the redemption period, and many opportunities will be available to increase cookies throughout the entire period of time. Guys, there's going to be more ways to earn cryptocurrency. There's going to be more rewards, more ways to earn it. Okay. So once you get your people in, signed up, back office paid, teach them how they can earn it if they want to. So a lot of people aren't going to want it. They're just, I'm good. Boom. I'm good. And they're not going to do anything with it. And then when the world collapses, or the economy collapses, the dollar crashes, or they reintroduce the dollar in a different way, by gold, converted, or, backed by gold, we'll see. We'll see what happens. The dynamics associated with the redemption period are very different from those when the TBC community is not in a redemption period. Well, I want to clarify something. I don't think the dollar is going to go away. I just think it's going to be reintroduced, okay, back to like before 1971, where we have a silver and gold backing behind it, okay? Just to let you know. For example, it's possible to become a TBC millionaire in just one day during the redemption period. How does that happen? You sign up, you pay your $10 back office fee, you buy your $100 worth of TBC, and then you go and redeem it. That all can be done in one day. And you can be a TBC millionaire. So it's extremely important that we make it clear to the newest people joining during the redemption period that the TBC is far from liquid while we are in the distribution phase. Cashing out is not what we do here in TBC. See, there's the fallacy. Everything's, I'm going to become a millionaire and I can go and convert it to US dollars or to euro or whatever. And that's not the intention of TBC. TBC is created to remove poverty from the world and to be used as a peer-to-peer community coin within our own communities. The only way you're going to get rid of the central banks and or the control of the IRS is remove their control, okay, over our currency, for one. For two, okay, you don't use the dollar, you don't convert it to fiat, because you're going to create a taxable event if you do, okay, and you get other members in the community, businesses, members, to start using it within their community. Okay, use it for transactional purposes, use it for services between one another. Okay, there's ways to gain rewards just by using the currency. You buy $100 worth of currency, you get $100 million worth of reward cookies. It's not the currency that has the value, it's those reward cookies that do. 100 million reward cookies that you can convert to the TBC coin, which is worth what? Okay, go back and remember, think of what we're talking about here. Okay, the reward system is very good. It's going to be very profitable for those who work the profit system, who work the system and know how to do it. So I would be looking at that. I would be looking at how you could better yourself just by earning the reward cookies. And the redemption period is what? November, next month, 2 weeks away, week and a half away. We offer a way to cash flow, but we don't cash out. People really need to understand the difference, okay? The plan is to make it easy to spend TBC Kringle coins as we reach towards our objective of 1 billion members worldwide. With 1 billion members worldwide, how many of those members you think own businesses or have businesses that would want to use a cryptocurrency instead of the fiat dollar? Okay. You see what I'm saying? How do you get away from the dollar? How do you get away from the fiat currency? You introduce it to business owners. You introduce it to people that have businesses or that would use it on a daily basis. There are countries in the world right now. The Philippines have 110 tribes that signed a contract, and they're using TBC on a daily basis as their form of currency. Guyana, the South, a lot of the African continents, the third world countries are using cryptocurrencies. TBC is very prominent in all those countries, and they're using it on a daily basis. People have bought land, people have bought cars, people have bought food, so on and so forth, using TBC already. We can do the same thing here. The plan is to make it easy to spend. We will never make path to cash out all of your TBC ever. Cashing out is not in alignment with our mission or purpose. We are not market-based by design. People have thousands of choices to choose from in the market-based arena, and we are not one of those. We are private. Please learn what that means. We have made the path towards abundance much easier than all the other alternatives out there. Our great hope is to bring abundance to all of humanity. The game of life has been rigged by the wealthy elite to benefit them at the expense of everyone else. Cashing out is one of their concepts, and when you really think about that concept, it is totally natural. Cash flow is in alignment with the principle of abundance. That is what we offer. It actually takes very little cash flow to change a life. Humanity has been oppressed so long, they are used to having so little cash flow in their lives. Fast forward in time when we reached our objective, 1 billion members, and many of those being merchants of all kinds. The CBC Kringle economy can become the most desirable around the world once we mature. So maturity is 1 billion members. Okay, we only have 3,300,000, a little over. So we're not there yet. We got a long way to go. TBC has always been spendable even from the day we launched, but it is not liquid. The larger we become, the more spendable TBC becomes. There is a direct correlation between the size of our active members and the level TBC Kringles are spendable. Okay? TBC has spent on many things already, including land, cars, electronics, even rent and food. The ability to negotiate is a valuable trait within our TBC community today. What would be nice? It wouldn't be nice if you could go and you could buy a house, okay, with TBC. You need a car, you can go buy a car with TBC. You don't have to get a loan. You just pay them with TBC because you have an abundance of it. Okay. And with 1 billion members and you being a part of that growth is only going to give you more TBC. Okay. And the more members that join, the more value TBC is going to have. So it's not like Bitcoin where they only have 21 million coins available. And what happens when it hits that 21 million coins? They stop producing Bitcoin. They go to something else. What happens when Litecoin, takes off? They're talking about Litecoin going 4-to-1 to Bitcoin here in the near future. And it's related to like silver. So understand that TBC does not move with the markets like the other cryptocurrencies do. TBC moves according to its membership, and the goal is to get to 1 billion members. The trade negotiation will not be needed in most cases as members transact. We are only a few more exponential steps away from reaching out reaching that objective. And you should open your eyes to see that. Cookie Rewards gives you a great deal of incentive to participate in the growth. And our valuable gift is easy to share. Rapid Rewards gives our newest members a huge incentive to get off to a fast start. We are stronger than ever, and soon our private status will be unchallenged. I like that. Private status. And I want to talk about that too when we get into the public notice, okay? Because it talks about private status. And this is what you need to be in, okay? Because this is where the SEC and the three-letter agencies, governments cannot trespass. And that is against your private status. The path towards TBC billion status is limited to 1,111,111 members. The billionaire status. So there's only going to be 1,111,111 members that will be billionaires. Do you want to be a part of that? This is very important to point to during this period redemption in November 2018. We have two classes of rewards today. The billionaire class will end once this is reached, once they have this many billionaires. I have one whole TBC coin. Okay, they have one whole TBC coin. So if you have one TBC coin, okay, and once they get to this, they get to the 1 billion members, okay, one TBC coin should be worth about $1 billion. You're going to be a billionaire in TBC. It would be nearly impossible to obtain one whole TBC coin once those positions are filled. Be sure to educate everyone around you the difference between the two paths offered. Wealth without education does not make sense. Embrace education. TB is not a democracy. It is not driven by the whims of the members. In other words, you don't control it. We can give them ideas. We can give them our opinions. Okay, but we as members do not control it. We have set forth how TBC can be empowered the individual. Just don't expect to have the power to change TBC. Because look, there are some members out there, good intentions, don't get me wrong, that don't see the whole picture. There are some members out there, good intentions, that don't understand the reason for TBC completely. And there are members out there that have the full picture and the full idea, but they're greedy and they want power. Okay? And that is why TBC is not going to be a democracy. It's not going to be controlled by the whims of the members. There's rules, there's guidance, and there's guidelines that have to be in place. And that's to keep TBC, okay, a valuable, private, peer-to-peer community coin. TBC is not forced on anyone, and members should likewise never use force to make TBC change. It will only be through love and respect that we will move forward. All other things tend to set us back. Be a part of the solution moving forward and not the problem. Love that article. I think it says a lot. I'm glad admin put that out. It says a lot of where TBC is going. Okay, guys, take a break here. Hey, if you want to follow me on Facebook, go to facebook.com Wildcryptos, and you can like me, follow me. You can get the latest articles on all the cryptocurrencies that I put out. Okay, I put up-to-dates out every day. I read articles every day on cryptocurrencies. It's kind of like the thing I love to do. That's my news. I really enjoy spreading that news with other members and other people. Come in here to my Facebook page and sign up. Real simple to do. Just go in and click on the link down, follow it down a little ways down here. It says Kringle Cash. Okay. You can come in. You can go ahead and sign up right here. Real simple. All we're looking for is your name, username, email address, your country you're from, a good password, and to make sure you're not a robot. You go ahead and sign up. You're going to get 25,000 cookie rewards redeemable this November 2018 for 25,000 Kringle cash worth over $2,500 and probably more by the time that you redeem it. So sign up today. For you that are not in cryptocurrencies, you need to have it in your portfolio like gold and silver. With the way the world is going today, and we're unsure of what's going to happen with the economy. Okay. I think that the markets are going to reestablish themselves, and we'll probably have a $3,000 or $4,000 decline. That seems to be the current agreement throughout all the other people that are researching, or the financial wizards out there that watch this stuff every day. However, with cryptocurrencies being in play, there's a new system coming up beside it. So you should have cryptocurrencies in your portfolio. Okay. And you don't need to go out and sell your house, sell your car, or, sell your kids to get to cryptocurrency. You just need to have a little bit. And we're going to give you 25,000 free Kringle cookie rewards for signing up, redeemable this November 2018 as of November 1st. Okay. Pay your $10 back office fee, and then you will be able to redeem them, and you become a crypto millionaire overnight. Okay, moving on. Guys, I want to introduce you to the Private Contract Association, Pantera. It is the court of ecclesia. It is our private society. Come check out. And what we talk about when we talk about living man, living women, controlling, getting back and taking their lives back from those cabal, elite, governmental entities that want to keep you in slavery, how and why, how it happened to you, why it happened, how we can go ahead and change that. You heard the term, you don't have a leg to stand on. Well, that is true according to their system. But what we're going to do is, if you come in and read and become part of our society, you can have that leg to stand on again. You'll get your status back, and you'll have standing within the system. You'll become, and you'll claim your lives back as a living man. All your belongings, your life, your body, your soul, your spirit, your DNA, everything you can recapture, and you will be able, all this presumption from the entities that they have control over you will dissipate and go away. Okay. Now, with that, learning how to remove yourself from the system, okay, and becoming as a living being, a living man, woman, child on the land, okay, you need to go through the educational process. And that's why Gemstone University was created, so that they could teach, so that we could teach, or that it could be taught to you, basically, how to remove yourself from the unlawful system that was put over you. Okay. The way to sign up is come to gemstoneuniversity.org, click on join. What I would like you to do is, when you sign up, they ask you a question. How were you referred? Just go ahead and put in there Wildcryptos or UENVOY, Universal Envoy, okay, or Michael Thomas. You can put that in as a referral. All right. It's not going to give you a discount, but it will give you a better in, and you can go ahead and be added to my Wild Cryptos chat, so on and so forth. There is a slight donation per month, okay, and there is a cost for the 2 courses. So be aware, you don't have to sign up right away for the courses, but to become a member, we're going to give you like a 30-day free trial, and you can go in and research and do a little research, see if you're interested, and go through the process. And if you agree, go in and start doing the correction process and removing yourself from the system. This is not a UCC 1308 process, guys. That is a still a war system that does not work. A lot of people have gone to jail using the UCC 1-308 process improperly. This Gemstone University, the status correction course, and the estate structure course have both been designed and are being redesigned on a daily basis, being upgraded on a daily basis to keep you the latest and greatest information on the proper way to be a living man, a living woman on this earth, without having the interference of the governmental systems trying to control your life. And you won't go to jail for this because it's done properly, lawfully through our court. And I really highly recommend that you come in and check this out. Okay, so let's move on. Guys, there was a public notice that came out. Okay, now I know this looks familiar, right? So you wonder, let me go back here. I want to check this out. So you'll see that these are the documents of incorporation, or excuse me, of entering the record with the courts. Okay, acknowledgement of Pantera de Ors is a religious society, and the office of overseer of the successor of the corporation sole. And so these are the fundamental documents that were sent in to the courts. Okay, these are the roles of the court, public notices that were put out, privacy, conceal, the university answers. So all this is up here for your to look at. This document here is the public notice that was put out to all TBC members. It's very important that you read this. Okay, it's very important that you understand it. This is why I gave you these two sites. Okay, because the Court of Ecclesia, all right, helped develop these documents. And this is where it's coming from. All right, so be aware of that. It's from a court, a legal body politic. All right, a private society, a people like-minded, okay, in the society, in agreement, okay, in accord or in agreement, okay, that we are living men and living women on the land, in private, not in the public. So let me kind of explain that a little bit further. If you're in the public, you're in a war zone. And the Wars Power Act of 1914 keeps you at war because you are an enemy of the state. And the wars that they concoct, okay, the Kardashian mafia, the cabal, the elite, the deep state, the richest people, whatever you want to call it, okay? They created this system that's in place now to keep you at war. Commerce. When you do business, when you go to work, when you sign your signature on your contracts, okay, you're entering into commerce, and commerce is war. When all the wars that have happened in the world, they have funded both sides of the wars. They've started the wars. They've concocted the wars. Okay? And they keep us enslaved by their acts, by the statutes, and by the unlawful presumption that they control everyone in the world, that we are chattel to them. Okay? So as I read through this, I want you to keep in mind what I'm saying here, what I'm reading here, and I want you to take some time and read this and then go back and study these two sites. Okay? It will make it a little bit clearer for you and what is being talked about here and why. Cryptocurrency was created, and I'm talking about TBC, I'm talking about all crypto, most of the cryptocurrencies out there were created, okay, to get rid of or to have another means of exchange without a third-party entity like the central banks, cabal, banksters, Kardashian mafia, whatever you want to call them, Illuminati, whatever you want to call them. Okay, whoever's in control, all right, of the banking system. All of this was done without us knowing. Okay, and we were put back into a slave system. What TBC is doing is recognizing this and identifying to all of us as members, all right, what is TBC and why it was created. It's created to remove poverty, to give us our freedom. That's what TBC, in my mind, what I'm hearing, what I'm reading, was created for. The public announcement is directed to the current members of Worldwide Private Society, Single Private Society, the Billion Coin Global Sharing, El Mercenary Trust Society, the Mercenary Society. Public announcement, October 1st, 2018. Public announcement is directed to the current members of the Worldwide Private Society that has been known since March 2016 as the Billion Coin, or TBC, as well as all parties, both public and private, who may have an interest in this information. The intent of this announcement is to inform our members of important changes and refinements to our structure that are being implemented at this time to better serve our members and more accurately portray the nature and character of our society. Our private membership, association, and global mission is being undertaken to better define exactly what our society and membership community is and always been since our inception. These changes and refinements are a result of further research and investigation into the necessary compliance requirements for global system. This relates to laws pertaining to monetary systems, public versus private currencies, and other matters. Excuse me. So, we belong to a public and private society, the Billion Coin, TBC. Okay? That is the society that is being built here. We are all members of this society because if we are using, accepting, or earning TBC, it makes us a member. Okay, if we've signed up, you're a member. And it's free to sign up. It doesn't cost you anything to sign up other than paying the $10 back office fee or the TBC that you purchased. Okay, and that's really not a cost. That's just more like an investment. Okay, or more of a, I don't want to say investment's kind of a strong word for commerce. So it is a common agreement to convert fiat to TBC. We have always since the beginning directed our efforts in creating the Billion Coin to be in full compliance with all laws and jurisdictions, while at the same time providing the solutions we have developed to relieve global poverty for all people in this world. With our new research and investigation, we have determined that certain use of languages were misleading and potentially able to be misconstrued. Therefore, the time of clarity and precision is now upon us as a community. Certain foundational components of our private society and membership association were inferred by, not necessarily precisely conveyed, with our choice of language and presentations. Thus, we now see that we must correct previous errors and mistakes, whether done by commission or omission, and more properly present to our membership and the world at large what exactly we are and what we are not. So, we're part of a community, private society. Does it look familiar? Mutual Benefit Society, Private Contract Association. Okay. And we are basically private society, membership association. Okay. We're referred to, but not necessarily precisely conveyed. So they're conveying it to us now, that we are a private society and a membership association. Okay. That's what we are. We are not just members. We are members of a private society. In this regard, pursuant to the announcement, we wish to define these fundamental points and principles to achieve clarity for all concerned. These points are as follows. TBC Community was not founded as a private society and private contract association. Excuse me. TBC Community was founded as a private society and a private contract association and continues as such this day. It will always be defined exactly by these two phrases. So we are a private society and we are a private contract association. Because when you signed up, okay, you agreed to the terms, which is a contract, and it's a private contract, okay, and you joined our private society, TBC, the Billion Coin. A private society is not incorporated in any jurisdiction and is established upon the right of all people to have and express the paramount right of self-determination and private association. As an unincorporated body politic, we do not derive our existence from any external authorization, but the will and intent of the members of the society. So, do you understand that? The right of self-determination. Private association, a body, unincorporated body politic. We do not derive our existence from any external authorization. We are private. We are a private association. We're self-determined, okay? Which means nobody makes our decisions for us. We make them. Unincorporated. It means we're not part of the corporation that is trying to control us. We are a body politic. We have our own political views and religious views, and we all are in agreement, even if they're not on the same level. We all agree that there are some things out there that are accepted and things that we can't accept, and that is control. We don't accept control. We don't we don't accept presumption, okay, of authority. But the will and intent of members of our society, okay, the will and the intent, but by the will and intent of our members of society. So we all come to an agreement that TBC has value within our community, and we are using it as a means of exchange, as our currency, okay, to barter. At the same time, we honor the respect and laws of all nations and do not encourage any members to do otherwise. It is of the highest importance in our principles of association that we remain in honor and peace with all people in all nations. So if I take you back to here, the Court of Ecclesia and the Pantera Society, okay, we are a peaceful people. We have removed ourselves from war. We do not believe in war. We do not accept war. We do not start war. We do not invest in war. And we do not take people's rights away from them and enslave them because we think we have the right to do that. We do not tax people. We do not steal their wealth. At the same time, we honor and respect the laws of all nations and do not encourage any member to do otherwise. We honor and respect the laws of all nations, and we do not encourage any member to do otherwise. It is of the highest importance in our principles of association. We remain in honor and peace with all people and all nations. Our society is founded upon mission purpose with stated principles. The mission purpose will soon be formally defined in a published mission statement, while at the same time, since our inception, we have put forward the principles that in fact define our mission and purpose in various written presentations, both public and private. Henceforth, he's also part of our other body politic. Admin is part of our body politic. Do we care who admin is? No. Do we want to know who admin is? No. Is it our right to know who admin is? No. And honestly, I don't care who admin is. I like what he's doing. I like what he has done, and I agree with his principles. So, therefore, I'm in agreement as a member, private association, and in agreement with the body politic. We agree. So, therefore, why should I have, why should it be, why should I need to know who he is or who they are or what they're doing? I just agree with what they're doing. The mission and principles are simple and pure. We are here to provide the people of the world a tool to alleviate all poverty and suffering for all people. This tool puts into the hands of the people the right of self-empowerment. Private contract associations is a group of people who can together to form a mutual basis of association, a mutual benefit society in which all benefit from the structured tools and principles of society accrue to and are shared by all the members. A private society and private contract association styled as a mutual benefit society is not owned by any individual. They exist by the will of the members and are established on the basis of privately contracted to and agreed upon set of rules and activities. These rules have already been made clear since our beginning as to what is required to be a member of our society and association in good standing. So that says a lot just in that. We agree. Okay. They're a private contract association. We are a private contract association. If you're a member, you're a part of the society. You're a part of the private contract association just by your agreement. As a member in good standing, one has the benefit of using the bullion coin and the kringle currency as a private medium of exchange. One of our mistakes was naming the currency as a form of money, which we now realize is not accurate, and this will soon be corrected. The term money carries certain legal definitions and implications. Thus, by this announcement, we are making it clear that any and all use of terms such as money, dollar, euro, or other similar words and references was done in error and mistake. We therefore hereby issue our formal apology and declaration of intent to correct such mistakes forthwith and with the utmost expediency if possible. So what he's saying there is that because we were using the term money, dollar, euro, okay, and we're going to cash out for US dollar, we're going to cash out for you. That was a mistake. TBC is not considered money. The dollar, the euro, is considered currency. And currency is different than money. Okay? It's also to where it's used as considered a coin. Okay? If you use money, dollar, euro, you're thinking paper money. And paper doesn't have value, whereas coin does. So the billion coin is a real form of currency. Money, dollar, euro, paper really has no value. It could go to zero any minute. Okay? Anytime. It doesn't hold value like coins do. We therefore hereby issue our formal apology and declaration of intent. And if I'm mistaken in there, I apologize, but that's my understanding, in my opinion. Okay? And most of this is in my opinion. So what I'm trying to explain, I may be wrong. I'm never 100% right on this, trying to read this and trying to interpret it. Okay? Your own interpretations, go in and read this and make your own interpretations. But understand the use of money, dollar, euro, okay, it was done by mistake and should have never been used. Okay? Also, I want to make it clear, this is not an MLM. All right? It's not a pyramid scheme. It's not someone goes out and says, oh, I have 100 people under me and I'm the top guy and I'm going to make all the money and everybody below me is not going to make anything. Or reverse pyramid. You got 10, 20 people on top and the person, all those 10, 20 people make all the money and the people at the bottom don't make anything. That's normally what happens with MLMs, pyramid schemes. This is not a pyramid scheme. Everybody gets the same value. They have the same opportunity. Okay? No one is left out. This currency is created. The billion coin is created to remove poverty and make everybody equal in the world. TBC and Kringle are not commercial instruments or negotiable paper, as those terms are defined in domestic and international legal systems. Any implications, interference as a aspirations, aspersions to the contrary were done in error. And again, we apologize for any misunderstanding or confusion caused by our inaccurate use of language, all of which we soon be corrected in our websites and any other materials available, either public or private. So guys, they're correcting the errors, which I like. They're going to correct all the errors. We have a little bit more to go here. This is a very long document, but you understand that all the mistakes that were made in this are being corrected, okay, for lawful purposes and for protection purposes. To remove the assumption or the presumption that TBC and Kringle Cash are a commodity or a security, and the SEC has control over it, or the government has control over it, or the Federal Reserve, or so on and so forth. Okay, all that presumptions are being removed. TBC and Kringle are not in any way a security instrument. They do not secure any interest in any intrinsic value, commodity, asset, or account. They are privately issued medium of exchange, available only to members of a private mission society. So you read that? Okay. All you that have been approached by the SEC, just tell them that. It's not a security. Okay. It's not a commodity. All it is a private currency, means of exchange for our private society. Will comprise the contractual base of our association, thus fulfilling the requirements of private contract association, henceforth also referred to as PCA. These articles will contain already existing rules of membership, with the addition of a few required stipulations to properly reflect the information presented in this announcement. As a private society, the Kringle Private Society has full authority to create its own form of governance, law form, court, and private treasury. These will be established to better serve and protect the interests of our members, and will be available to every member for the settlement of disputes and other such basic principles of a balanced society of men, women, and children. It will take time to properly fulfill these requirements, and all members will be kept informed as to progress thereof. We request the understanding of our members and process. Guys, back to this right here. That's why this was set up. Okay? Protection court for the living man and living woman. The legal means, or the lawful means, okay, to properly correct your status and stand as a living being withstanding on the land, and to eliminate all presumptions or accusations that they have authority over us. Our purpose and mission includes the education of our members so that they grow into properly informed, intelligent members of private society and the larger world society of our respective countries and the world as a whole. In months to come, we shall be implementing tools for such education so that our members can be successful with TBC and Kringle and understand how to use it for their benefit and the mutual benefit of all our members. Within such education, some of the terms and points contained in this announcement and in the future materials will be clarified so that we proceed forward together as a well-educated body politic of competent and educated people that are here in association to benefit ourselves, the communities and the nations in which we live and work, and the world as a whole. See, that's a lot right there. I mean, when you got involved with TBC or Kringle, did you really understand what it was about? I mean, other than it was a cryptocurrency, a private currency, peer-to-peer. See, now comes the real training, okay, and the real understanding behind it and why. All right? You need to educate yourselves on this. This is not a peer-to-peer MLM. This is not a health product that you can go out and sell as an MLM. Okay, this is not a a security or a commodity that you can go out and sell and expect to become the wealthiest person in the world. This is to relieve poverty from the world. And we ask that all members, it is asked of us as members to go out and promote this and help the world remove itself from the unlawful control, okay, of financial enslavement, and remove the world from poverty. Guys, we need to clean up what was done. It's going to take some time to do it. That's why 1 billion members is a good level to be at with the cryptocurrency, and 1 billion members having one coin, okay, or 1,111,111 members having one coin. I mean, what do you think you could do with that value? Could feed a lot of people. Could take care of a lot of things with that, and not have to worry about government or entity, controlling entity trying to control or enslave us. We can relieve the world of poverty. We can take care of our brothers and sisters in the world. We don't need a Federal Reserve or an IRS or anything like that. The only value that TBC and Kringle carry is the mutual benefit confidence of our private members. We hold the value of every human being on this planet to be of highest order, pursuant to our privately held beliefs and conscience. All of our members comprise the collective value of our society as an ecclesia. Again, court of ecclesia. The body politic. We are members of private society, defined as the body of the congregation, that is the living body of our congregation together. We all have the same belief. We all belong to an ecclesia, which is the body of the congregation. That is the living body of our congregation together. We are all living men, living women, living children, living beings in the world together, and we need to learn how to get along and take care of each other instead of being at war with each other, and not let some higher elite cabal, Illuminati, whatever you want to call them, Kardashian Mafia, whatever you want to call them, to tell us we need to be at war and to have us sacrifice our families, our family members, for their wealth. We are a non-denominational and non-hierarchical body of the living beings. Guys, this is not a religious order. Okay? We are a non-hierarchical body of living beings. We are not the elite. We are not like them. This is the definition of body politic. Thus, we consider our society to be an ecclesiastical body, politic immune from the public, commercial, and corporate jurisdictional authorities of constitutional national bodies politic. You guys know what a body politic is, right? Democrats are a body politic. Republicans are a body politic. The American society is a body politic. The corporation of the U.S. is a body politic. The court of ecclesia, Pantera PCA private society, is a body politic. And TBC members are a body politic. It is a body, it is a group or members that believe in the same and come to an agreement of what their purpose is in that body. Okay? And we promote it. We do not ascribe to any given religion, path, or other denomination or belief or creed, while at the same time we support all of our members in the pursuit of their own right of self-determination to uphold individual beliefs, modes of living through private and personal conscience. The only exclusion to this principle is against those who would use our society to promote violence or harm to others. Guys, we do not harm. We do not create war. We do not invest in war. We do not invest in anything such, or we do not back anything such when it comes to harm or war or violence. This includes an absolute forbiddance of any illicit use of the private medium of exchange in any manner to take advantage of another or to transgress the domestic laws of the nations in which one lives. We are here to promote peace and prosperity for all human beings and all living things in this world. Almost done, guys. It's pretty long, but I needed to read this to you so you understood. You can come in and read this on your own to refamiliarize yourselves with it. Okay. But understand that this is what you need to understand what TBC stands for and what is behind it and what the beliefs are. This is their mission statement. Okay. To us, to the world. Okay. So, as I move on, where did I leave off? Okay, so I lost where I was. I'm down here, I think. I think I lost my way. I think I lost myself. Oh no. Anyway, so I'm not going to keep reading this because it's very long. You can go in and finish it, but there's a lot more in here to read. Okay. And if you have any questions, you can send an email to admin@kringoprivatesociety.org. Okay. Any questions or concerns, you can do that. I think he did a very good job putting this together. I'm very happy that he did to give everyone a better understanding of what Kringle, the billion coin, their mission statement and what they're about. So remember also, any new members that you sign up, please point them to this public announcement so that they understand, and make sure, don't make sure they read it, but really strongly suggest that they read it. Okay. So they understand it. Point them to these two sites here for further clarification. All right. And make sure that you get them to sign up. Here he is, November 2018, just around the corner, guys. Okay. Billions of digital currency will be distributed by the end of November 2018. Guys, let's really push this starting now. You're in the prime spot, if you're a member listening to this, to make a lot of cryptocurrency. Okay. A lot of TBC and Kringle Cash. And, it would be nice to get to, 500 million in the next 2 or 3 years. But it's going to take a lot of work from all of us to do. And I really, really hope that you get excited like I was excited when I first started. The world is changing. We have some really big things coming up here at the end of this year. One of the biggest things is probably the stock market is going to devalue. It's going to have to level out. We have 250,000 or 250 million derivatives out there from the Deutsche Bank. About 50 to 60 million are going to be called upon here shortly, I think. I think that the banks are going to, a lot of these big banks are going to be in serious trouble when this next huge bubble pops. And there's going to be no bailout, not like in 2008. I made a mistake earlier. I said that we are at the 70-year mark in my other video earlier today for another market crash. And I think we're beyond that. So 1929 to 2009, I think it was the 70-year mark. So we're already past that. So we had a market crash. They called it a recession, but it was a pretty bad market crash. Housing bubble and so on and so forth. The thing is that the U.S. government, us taxpayers, bailed everybody out. And what did they do? They went out and they paid their highest paid executives multi-million-dollar bonuses. Unbelievable, and the government never asked them to pay it back. I think that was during the Obama administration. Very scary times, guys. A lot of information is coming out on what has happened that got us here, both unlawful and illegal practices through the governments and the elite, cabal elite that went out and did a lot of horrendous things and are still doing horrendous things. And I think those 50,000 indictments are coming out here pretty soon. 57,000 indictments are going to be open here pretty soon. Kavanaugh got into the court. That's a good thing, in my opinion. So the rule of law of the land will be reestablished. And I think the president will probably start enforcing some things. Look for a martial law call, guys, when all this goes. I mean, we've got, they're saying 50,000 migrants coming up to the border to invade us. And a lot of them are probably terrorists from other countries that are just falling right into place. So, guys, I mean, things are very scary, but very exciting right now. We have a chance to change the world. And a lot of this has to do with money and finance. Look at Venezuela, look at Nicaragua, look at a lot of these other third world countries that are just, they were communist socialist countries, and they're losing their wealth because all the money is being pulled out of them, or they don't have any value to their currencies. So a lot, this is why cryptocurrencies in my book were created. This is why TBC was created. It's helped to not only remove poverty, but to lighten the shock of what's coming. So if you're not into cryptocurrencies and your family's members are not into cryptocurrencies, you should get them into cryptocurrencies. Okay. At least get them signed up. Get them signed up. I mean, if you could pay their $10 back office fee, pay their $10 back office fee, and get them involved somehow. It's only going to benefit them in the long run. So, guys, I want to say it's been exciting. I'll try to come in here in another week and do another live broadcast on where we are. Stay alert, guys, and move forward with TBC. It's a beautiful thing that all that information, the public notice came out, and we are now aware of where TBC stands and what the mission is. Of course, we already knew that, but we had to notify the three-letter agencies what our purpose was. So God bless you guys. I wish you all well. Hope to see you again soon. Michael Thomas, Wildcryptos. Have a great day.